They first asked my husband to run for the county legislature. And he quickly said, she's the politician, ask her. And the response was, well, there's never been a woman. There isn't a woman. I don't know that a woman can get elected. And the more I heard it, the more determined I was that I was going to be the candidate. The first night I walked into the legislature, one of my colleagues, who I will not name, walked up to me and said, it was the swearing-in night, and he walked up to me and said, I suppose you think we're going to congratulate you, but you don't belong here. We don't want you here, and we will get rid of you in 2 years. With that sterling endorsement, I remember getting in my car that night and thinking, what have I gotten myself into? We don't want you here. You don't belong here. We will get rid of you in 2 years. I'm currently in my 38th year of elected office. Didn't work. It was not a difficult vote when I decided to take it, because in my heart I knew it was the right vote. The difficult part has been the death threats, the nastiness of a couple of campaigns, the fact that I've had to put full security in my office because of all of that, and it's time for people to move on. It's the law. I feel I was on the right side of history on that one. She was the strongest person I knew, and she would always say to me, you know, you can be anything you want to be. There's no reason why you can't do whatever you want to do. She certainly had a great deal of influence on keeping me going forward when I'd get discouraged, and she still does.
So I went over to Little Essex, New York, and went into a farmhouse there that night. And the men looked at me, I was in my early 30s, and said, the women are in the kitchen. And I said, I didn't come to sit in the kitchen. I came to the meeting. I guess it just never occurred to them that one of the wives would be interested. And the interesting thing was, I kept going to the meetings, and 3 meetings later, there were no women in the kitchen. That really inspired me to want to do more. I can remember being called Powder Puff, which didn't make me very happy, but at that time it was something you just sort of let pass. And you always had to work harder to prove yourself. I think that is still true today. And I think women do still struggle today to work harder than men in order to prove our worth, if you will. I was the first to sign on to the bill, and obviously I had lived it because I have a son who is gay, so it was easier for me than some of the others probably. I think the most difficult part was politically, because it was a vote that I knew probably would end my career.
We're going to make marriage legal in New York State this year.
I would say it was my greatest, personally and professionally. My mom was one of the strongest women that I will ever know. My mother always said that you can be anything you want to be and do anything you want to do with good hard work and just keeping at it. And she's absolutely right. You really can.